Today we are replacing the mohair on the head of a 3000 series door. We've already removed the sill block screw from the fixed panel and the head closer, so we can slide the panels towards the middle, so we can access actually the mohair on this end. And usually you do it on the end where the honeycomb bumper is located, so that when we notch this area where we're going to remove the mohair out of, it'll be covered up by the honeycomb bumper. That's what we always work it on this end. And the way we start off is by first cutting the mohair that's going to be removed. So you get your utility knife and just cut it. Cut it down the middle, and then you'll be able to pull it out. Okay, now we pulled the section that got cut out. As you can see, it's hanging up. Just cut it off. And that's just to give you an access to the race that's right here. That's all we want, is the access to the race, because that one is actually what we're going to notch. So we can slide the rest of it out and slide the new one in. Flathead screwdriver. Stick it under the race, turn it off. Okay, so now that you have access to the actual race, you get a medium-sized flat screwdriver, stick it right underneath the race so you can pop it out. Since this one's painted, it kind of sticks a lot because the paint's holding it in there. What you can do is go ahead and use a hammer to hammer it out. So now you got a notch right there. And what you're going to do, grab your needle nose pliers, slide this out, and now it comes out easily. There we go, now it's been removed. Okay, so now that we've removed the old mohair, got it notched up, you grab the new one with some needle nose pliers, grab it from the end, and just slip it in there. As soon as you get it started, the rest is easy. You're just sliding it in. Once you make sure that it's reached all the way to the other end, you go ahead and cut it off on this end. The only thing is, at the last section, since you can't slide it in, just tuck it in with the flat screwdriver. There, it's in there now. It's already been tucked in. And like I said, we always work on the end where the honeycomb bumper's at, because any damage that you may have done to the frame will be concealed once you put this back in there. It'll cover it up. You don't have to worry about it being visible. But just continue the process with each channel so you can replace the mohair on the whole head. And that's how you change the mohair on a 3000 door. Okay, we're changing the mohair on the interlockers of a Series 3000 door. Now in order to start this, we are beginning by removing the sill block screw from the fixed panel. head closer out too, which is holding the fixed panel in place along with that sill block screw. So once you remove those two items, you can go ahead and put some suction cups on the fixed panel. Okay, so once the sill blocks, screw, and the head closer have been removed, go ahead and put some suction cups on the fixed panel, lift it up and over, and that's just so you can access the interlocker. So now, as you can see, you can access this interlocker on the slider, and from the inside you can access the fixed panel interlocker. Just grab some needle nose pliers and tug on it. So now it's been tugged up and down to loosen it up, because it is held in with caulking. As soon as you break that caulk loose, you can just go ahead and pull it up, and the rest comes out easily. But as you can see, there is some caulking residue in there that sometimes you might have to scrape it off with the little flat screwdriver. Just scrape it off so the new mohair will slide in there a lot easier. As you can see down the race, it does have caulking. Sometimes it's so thin that it won't affect sliding the new mohair in there, but I do suggest running a screwdriver just the length of the race just to clear it out. So once you do get it lined up with the race, you just slide it in there and continue pulling it down with the needle nose pliers. Make sure you slide down the full length of the interlocker. It will get tough for a little bit. You can probably spray some lubricant inside that race, because that caulking that's been put in there will make it a little bit hard to slide once you get it over halfway. Or if you can have somebody hold it at the top where the curvature is at and just tug it from the end where you started it, it'll make it a lot easier also. As you can see, once you get it all the way down, just cut it at the top. And then go ahead and grab a flat screwdriver and a hammer and crimp it in place. And that will hold it in place so it won't slide off in the future. Where's the hammer at? So I mentioned, just grab a flat screwdriver, grab it in there and just crimp it down. And that'll hold it in place, secure it so it doesn't get loose and start coming out. And you just do the same process on the other interlocker to replace the mohair there.